Yeah, it seems like I know some of these people joining right now. Danny Banks.
Al Scarrell is joining us from California. The West Coast is waking up.
Cool.
Hi, Al. Al's going to be on with me at 5 p.m. today.
A lot of people.
Yeah, look at that. And Brandon, you're in York. Let's say when we hit 15, we'll get rolling. I'm excited to maybe talk about those coffee. I'm excited to talk about the guitars hanging back there. I know you've been posting a lot about your gear.
Yeah, I've been super productive all week, just taking pictures of my guitars.
This is great.
Yeah, 11.
At least 20 going up and down.
Should be at least 20.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, let's get started. We'll catch people up as they join in, but I've been having everybody start by telling me who you are, where you are, and maybe how we know each other. Why don't you go ahead and do that?
I'm Matt Stubbs. I'm in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm from Boston, but moved here a couple years ago. We know each other through my band GA20 when you booked us at the Cable House.
Do you know that was only 5 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was only 5 weeks ago.
Jesus, it feels like it was.
Feels like a couple months ago.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do? I know of at least 3 bands that you're in. Why don't you talk about those projects that you're a part of?
So GA20, that's like the one that seems to be the most busy these days. Blues band, trio, my buddy Pat and Tim. And that's what played the Cable House. And then I have an instrumental band called the Antiguas. It's kind of like psych blues, kind of Booker T type stuff. We basically just kind of play around New England, Boston. We don't really travel too much. And then my day job, which I travel the most with, is Charlie Musselwhite. I play guitar for him.
Yeah. Oh, Charlie.
He's a good guy. I was just got back Monday. We did like a week on the West Coast, and then we did a week in the studio, and then we had to cut it a little bit short to get home because we were worried about flights.
Yeah. What are you into besides music, Matt? What are you doing that's not music related?
I run. I like to run. I was really into cycling and running for a long time, but I kind of got lazy with the cycling. So, although I picked it up this week, hang out with my dog, hang out with my girlfriend. Yep, Bob.
Yeah,
basically,
Bob
I'm pretty busy with music. I spend most of it's my hobby and my job, so it takes up most of my time these days.
Good. Are you listening to any music while you're shut in, other than making your own?
Yeah. What was I listening to yesterday? There's this band called Ghost Funk Orchestra. They're actually on the same label as us. They're out of New York. I was listening to them, probably half the day yesterday. It's cool, like kind of like 70s jazzy psych rock type stuff. What else was I listening to? El Michael's Affair. I was listening to them yesterday. They have a new single out, I guess. And then some blues stuff. I always try to get some blues in. What was I listening to? Robert Lockwood yesterday. I actually wrote it down because I couldn't remember what I was listening to. And Hound Dog Taylor.
This has been really good because everyone's giving completely different music recommendations. So I should probably say at the beginning of each one that people should have a paper and pen handy if they want to follow up on some of these recommendations. How do you listen to music when you're at home? Are you a vinyl guy, or do you stream it, or what do you do?
Both. I mean, we have a pretty big vinyl collection. Yesterday, I was in down here in the music room, and I don't have a record player down here, so I was just streaming it on like a Bluetooth speaker. But I like vinyl.
Yeah, me too. That's been one of the nice things about being at home. I get to spend a little more time with my record collection.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of your music room, you want to talk a little bit about your gear? I know you've been posting on Instagram photos of your guitars.
There's some guitars over there.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm a geek. My whole life I've collected different stuff and buy and sell. So this week, I've just been being lazy, taking pictures of it, not practicing nearly enough.
Not playing them.
But, yeah, I got some, I guess what you'd call expensive old ones, but lately, the last few years, I've been buying kind of like the cheaper stuff, like Harmony or Silvertone. Trying to see what's over there. I put some pictures up on our Instagram. People can look, but yeah, I like the cheaper ones.
Is that because you're touring with them? Is that what's drawn you to those?
I just think
sound?
The cheaper, like the one. I'm trying to look what I have over there. Like the Silvertone, like a Rocket, or the Stratotone, which is, I don't know if you can see the yellow one right there, the little yellow guy.
Yeah.
That's not cheap anymore. That's probably, I think I was looking up, they're going for like $3,000 now. But that was like a beginner's guitar. They just sound cool. They have like, I don't know, everyone uses Fender and Gibson. So I feel like sometimes these cheaper guitars have a more unique sound, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But don't get me wrong, I like Fender and Gibson as well.
And Silvertone, I know really basically nothing about guitars, but Silvertone, they used to be from the Sears catalog, right? The really old ones?
Harmony, Silvertone, K. I think all those were, they were, you go to Sears and buy them, you know?
Yeah.
Actually, there's one, I'll turn over here. There's one at the very end. Can you see that blue one at the very end of the King Kong poster? That was my father's first guitar. That's a Silvertone. And he stripped it. I ended up repainting it. He stripped it when he was a kid, but he got that in, I think it's got to be the late 60s, I think.
That's cool. I used to have an old acoustic parlor guitar that was a Silvertone that hardly held a tune. And I had, I'll say, shared custody of it for a while. I went halvesies with a former partner and lost it in that split. So it doesn't live here anymore. I've got like an empty hook back here for all your guitars. I've got one hanging on the wall there.
I need more hooks. Those are just a few that I'm throwing up there.
They look great displayed that way too. That's got to be, at least somewhat inspiring, right? Or are you just totally used to it?
Oh no, I like looking at them. Like I'm distracted. I keep looking back there now. I like looking, I'm a geek with that stuff.
I've been talking in these chats about live streams. I know that's been going on for a while, but I feel like now it's going on a lot, and it's been the thing that's making me feel connected to everybody. Have you watched any that you've particularly enjoyed?
I've watched a few. I've been listening to more recorded music lately. I should probably be watching more of those. One, a buddy of mine, Will Daly's doing kind of a cool thing. I see other people doing it too. He's doing a few a week, and then all donations go towards different venues that he plays.
Fantastic.
So he's raising money for different clubs all around. I think right now he's in a few for Boston. I think he said he's going to be doing some for other parts of the world or country coming up. So I've watched a few of his. What else have that might be the only one I've really watched so far. I should watch more of them. I should dig in. Oh no, Jerry Hunt. I watched one. He's from Chicago. He's like a solo one-man band type stuff. I watched his the other day. His was cool.
I love the idea of raising some money, not just, for the artists themselves, but for things that matter to them, like venues. I saw the Suffers. I was watching theirs last night, although I have no internet at home, so it's touch and go for me. But they were saying, like, here's our Venmo, but also you can give to the food bank in Houston.
Right.
Low Cut Connie's been doing that too for Phil Abundance in Philly. Pretty cool.
You don't have Wi-Fi at your house? Is it so you're just using your phone signal right now?
It's basically like I'm Amish. There's no TV. There's no internet. So my son is actually isolated at my parents' house right now. He flew home last Friday. I had bronchitis. He didn't want to get me sick. But also they have modern amenities like TV and internet at my parents' house. So it's a little
so
easier.
Just the phone. Your phone's your only contact with the internet.
That's it. Wow. Yeah. I have a mobile hotspot, but I've been working from home, and I didn't know until all of this happened that there's a monthly cap on my high-speed mobile hotspot. Right. So I've reached that pretty quickly, and it still works, but it's real slow. So this is about the extent of what I can do here.
Lots of records. I'd be listening to records all day.
Lots of records, yeah, and live streams through Instagram since I don't need internet for it. Are you? You keep saying you're being lazy, but is there anything that you're working on other than taking pictures of your beautiful guitars?
I'm still running every day. I'm not totally lazy. Yeah, I think I cleaned up this room last night, and I think I'm going to start writing some stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try to write some stuff for GA20. It's hard. GA20, Pat and I kind of do that together, and we're staying away from each other right now. So it's that end of it, like we can come up with ideas and stuff, but it's usually we arrange stuff together. I might write some instrumental stuff. I was toying with that idea last night. I haven't really done that in a while. So
that just reminded me, I messaged Pat the other day, and he said he actually misses Bob during this time, not getting to see Bob.
Yeah, he likes the dog better than me. He comes over here all the time. Wow.
Dog's beautiful. And by all accounts, a very sweet dog. Do you feel like with all of us being shut in, do you feel like pressure to be creating and writing?
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. It doesn't really. I do it a lot. You know what I mean? If I have free time, and when I get going, you know what I mean. I'll do a lot of it in chunks. So I've noticed if I've ever tried to sit down and be like, all right, now's the time. Usually, you know, it doesn't come out as good. You know, I have to be inspired to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not really too.
But all of this hasn't necessarily changed your writing routine or anything.
I don't know yet. I haven't done any. I'll let you know once I start.
That's good. I've been telling everybody. Let me ask you this. What else are you doing to pass the time? You talked about cleaning up your music room. Are there other things you're doing are you going for runs, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I've been running every day and there's a big dog park near here that we bring Bob to that you can stay away from people. We do that once a day. And then cooking. I've been cooking. I like to cook, so I've been cooking some stuff and running. That's about it. And then watching the news.
Oof. Gotta live
watching all my gigs get canceled. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, man. Talk to me about that a little bit. Are you already are you rescheduling things? I know you have a booking agent.
Yeah, I mean, I had a mix of different types of gigs coming up. So like in April, GA20 was supposed to go out with Johnny Lang for most of the months. That's been postponed and they're rebooking it. I don't know. Hopefully we'll be on it, but as we haven't crossed that bridge yet. I was supposed to play Jazz Fest at the end of April with Charlie. That got moved. I'm not sure the date. And then I was supposed to go to the Netherlands with GA20 the beginning of May. That's getting moved. And then after that, I was supposed to go to Canada with Charlie. And that's all just up until the beginning of May. All that's gone. So
I don't know that people necessarily understand, if they're not part of the inner workings of that, what all goes into booking tours and how many people are involved. I can imagine how much more complicated it is because you're juggling schedules for, you know, several different.
Yeah, I mean, Charlie didn't have too many gigs in this period. I mean, they're adding up now. I guess there's about 4. He had about 4 or 5 from now till May, so it wasn't a crazy set. GA20 we lost a lot of work, but I think we're all in pretty good spots at the moment. So hopefully, I'm hoping we get rolling in the summer, but who knows?
It's good. A lot of our cable house shows, of course, we're having to cancel and reschedule everything. They're getting moved to August or as late as November because everything has to get rescheduled. And
it seems like some stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff in April that I had, at least the Johnny Lang tour. I mean, those are bigger venues, but it looks like he's rescheduling like December. You know, it's so far away.
Yeah, it's crazy. I would love to see you guys in a huge venue like that.
Me too.
I've only gotten to see you live twice in our tiny room. Our cap is 160. And then at City Winery Philly in their bigger room downstairs, opening for Kingfish, Krista and Kingfish Ingram. It'll be fun to see you in a real big room.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We can run around.
It's a nice big sound that you have, you know.
Thanks.
Yeah. I've been asking everybody to do sort of just 30 seconds or a minute kind of plug on how people can best support you as an artist, how people can best support the things you care about right now, where they can find out information about you. What's the elevator speech, Stubbs?
For us, I mean, we can get our music. We have our LP that came out this past October. It's on CD, vinyl, cassette, all that. You can get all that on our website, which would be great. We've been noticing people buying that this week. Hey, all right. Go to our website, ga20band.com. You can get it there. Also, you know, all the record stores, like our label, Coal Mine, own a great store called Plaid Room. And all those stores are shut down in person. I think they're doing online. I know they're all doing online sales still. So buying records that way would help all those small shops. So, yeah.
Good advice. Have you, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Have you purchased any new records since this has been going on that you're now waiting for them to show up?
I have not, but last night my girlfriend and I were talking about it. There's a couple that we want to buy, so I'll probably do it today.
Yeah. I've been using this as a way to finally get around to buying some of the ones that I've been wanting to add, either because I have them on CD to listen to in my ancient car and I don't have them on vinyl to listen to in the house, or because they're new or whatever. I bought Bonnie Light Horseman, and I bought Justin Peter Kinkle-Schuster's 2 solo albums. He's from the band Waterliars. The other day when Bandcamp was waiving fees, I thought that was a really great thing cool. That they did. I think it went so well that I've heard a lot of people saying they couldn't get through on the site. We sort of crashed the site a little bit, I think, slowed it down. I hope there's more of that. I hope people continue after this goes on to be seeking out new music and purchasing physical copies. Yeah. Anything else you want to share while we're here together?
If you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer. I'm just waking up, so I'm going a little slow. I probably should schedule a later slot with you.
Well, I'm trying to save the later slots for our West Coast friends, and you guys out here in my time zone, I tried to put on earlier in the day. So I appreciate you waking up for it.
No problem.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up, and I hope that I hope the writing goes well as you sit down and dig into that.
I'll let you know. We'll see.
Everybody who's listening in, the next one, let's see, our next one is at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're doing these on the hour, and that'll be with Aaron Lee Tastian, who is in Nashville. He and I are both really bad at time. So we had some discussion yesterday about the time zones, and I think we're in sync now, and that'll start at 2 p.m. And we're hoping, I have a few people working on helping me to download these videos so that we can share them on the Cable House Presents Facebook page later so that we can tag you on where they can pick up that vinyl, that beautiful red vinyl, or I think you have it on vinyl too, right?
Yep, red and black.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, and
all right.
Be well. Be
Thanks,
safe.
JJ. Stay safe.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Bye now.